Hi everyone out there, welcome back to DisruptCRE Miami at the Miami Real Estate Symposium at the James L. Knight Center, downtown Miami. I'd like to thank again JLL for our Overtime Live sponsor. I'm here with the Tech Tools panel, new products and services transforming today's CRE professional. Really excited about this. Gentlemen, let's start right here and go down and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Josh Young. I'm the CEO. Hi, I'm Joshua Young. I'm CEO and founder of Raisal.com. We are a commercial online marketplace designed to connect borrowers with lenders through an interactive platform where you can negotiate for the best terms of your deal and get funded.
I'm Ardian Zagari, co-founder and CEO of Brevitas. We are the first private marketplace for commercial real estate. We specialize in off-market or private offerings, allowing sellers and brokers alike to privately sell their assets to international investors.
I'm Vid from Augmented Pixels. Our company has a platform for sales in real estate with augmented and virtual reality technologies.
Alan Kopelman, I'm the co-founder and CEO of NPS Apps. We make apps for real estate professionals.
I'm Jeff Finn, President and CEO of RealNex, which is put together and is integrating a suite of real estate technology tools from CRM to financial analytics, e-marketing, marketing collateral materials, websites, as well as transaction management and property listing systems.
Great, thank you guys for joining us. I'm personally really excited about this panel because, as we know, a lot of us that are in the commercial real estate industry, the commercial real estate industry has been traditionally the good old boys network. People, the professionals, very educated, they know what they're doing, but they're very used to what they've been doing because it's worked for a long time. So, companies like yours who provide these new services and products, you come along to solve a problem, right? Why are we now seeing this new adoption from these professionals who otherwise have been very, happy with the way that they do things? Why are we seeing this change now?
I guess I'll start. So I think you're identifying a key thing is it's archaic. The way that we're doing things in the commercial real estate industry, especially on the lending side, is the same thing we've been doing 50 years ago. And it is inefficient. It works, but it works inefficiently. And so the thing that we're solving is making it efficiently. So helping the lenders target prospect the right borrowers and helping the borrowers target prospect the right lenders on the commercial mortgage side. That is the key solve that we are doing. And so we're helping like real estate agents, for example, get their borrowers to the right lenders so that the deal closes and everyone gets funded.
Great.
Yeah, to Josh's point, we're still using practices that we've been using for 50 years, and that's picking up the phone and dialing and fostering those relationships that we've had for so many years. And those relationships in this business aren't going anywhere. We just want to create a platform that can be a more efficient way of gaining new relationships. So with Brevitas, we allow you to connect with buyers from around the globe in a very efficient, streamlined method. You still have those interpersonal relationships once you connect, but we're introducing you to a group of buyers that you would not have had the chance to connect with. But the key to what we do is we allow you to market something privately for the first time. So there's so many deals and relationships that you have as a broker with owners that say, hey, if you go out and get me 30 million for this property, it's sold, but they're not allowed to put those on the open market.
Right.
So we give you the first tool to go out and say, you can privately market this to a pool of qualified buyers, and now you actually have the opportunity to sell a listing that you would never be able to sell before.
Very cool. And Phil, let's go right down the line.
Yeah, in real estate industry, people still spending too much time for purchase because they traveling to properties. And second problem, what we're solving, real estate agency spending too much money for content, for media content to advertise properties. And we're solving these two big problems with our technologies.
Yeah, the NPS apps, what we're doing is we're able to take the small real estate office or the individual realtor, get them their own app so they can market to their customers. They can have their customers doing all their searching right through their app and not going to other websites and other apps, and keeping that customer loyal to them, building customer loyalty, and they're able to send out push notifications and build trust and build loyalty with their clients.
I think to the question of adoption and why now, why is technology now becoming so, it's not just important, it's always been important, but why now for implementation and adoption? I think the industry, it really has thrived on the inefficiency. The industry was, the professionals, the players in it, were holding information close to the vest. They knew their markets, they knew what opportunities existed, and now information's become widely available. And through the internet and the transformation of access to information, that's not proprietary anymore. So some of the things that used to be proprietary are gone. So it's making people then look at how do they deliver services more efficiently, and how do you streamline and make what was somewhat of an archaic business a systematized and process-driven business. And there's a few key elements that I think are really driving the change. One is that mobility is key. The industry was always, technology was always a problem because no one in the commercial real estate market in particular, residential as well, could be tethered to a desktop. They needed to be in the field and always in the field working with their customers and working with their the inventory. So mobility, everything being in your iPhone or your whatever your smartphone is, made a big difference. The other is that the demographics of the industry has shifted such that not only are the practitioners in the business different, but the customer is different. And the customer is now demanding the same type of technology that they use at home or in their consumer market in their business application. So that's being demanded. And the industry has built great new tools now, which are making it easy for the marketplace to adopt and to implement.
Right, no, great points. And Jeff, let's stay with you because you talked about transparency, and that's a big thing. I totally agree with you. The key is that, we're unlocking and providing the customer with a lot of data that they didn't have before using these platforms. Talk about, some of the suite of products that RealNex has and how you guys are doing that, like the problem that you're solving. There
are a number of different problems, but I think, one of which we talked about earlier, and just I think it's an interesting story because it enables sort of a boutique firm to compete with a global firm. And what's interesting is now sort of technology is helping to level the playing field and make everyone be able to be world-class in their service delivery. So we have an app for tenant representation services. And one of our clients was competing for a large tenant rep assignment, 100,000 square foot relocation. And they were the last of the pitches. Everyone had sort of pitched the conventional way. We're going to take you on a tour, compare all the alternatives. Everyone basically had the same information about the market, but it was the ability to bring everything into an app. The client would have to be able to do both subjective and quantitative analysis too, and to have real-time access to all the information as they go through their tour, to be able to evaluate, but then post-tour to be able to in real time negotiate and implement and follow through with the transaction that enable this small boutique to punch way above their weight and win this assignment and conclude the transaction. So very exciting how technology can enable someone to play at a global level where they might not otherwise have been able to.
Right, I think that's so important. And Josh, let's stay on the question of transparency and talk a little bit more about that and why that's just so important for this to really get adopted and move forward.
Yeah, so currently there is no platform or website that shows you what are the terms that I should expect on a commercial mortgage deal. The banks don't put advertisements in the paper, and there's nothing on their front door that says this is what we would offer on this kind of property. That's one of the solves that we do for you. I had this dream of I'd love to be able to come into a room and have a bunch of lenders bidding on my deal, and I see exactly the terms they have and be able to match them up and compare them apples to apples and be able to negotiate with everyone in the same room. Well, we did that. That's what we built. That's the power of the transparency. And part of our thing was, let's show everyone. Normally, you don't get to see underneath the curtain if you go through some of the traditional routes. We said, you have your own curtain. You control it. You see everything. So transparency is so critical, not only for your loan terms, but finding the right lender. And it also goes into the deal side as well.
Right. So, let's go down the line and let's talk about, we talked about the problem that you guys are solving. Let's talk about a case study, right? Let's bring it, whether you want to talk about an actual deal on Brevitas or, someone came in with some kind of problem that you helped them solve. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. And I think just real quickly to touch on Jeff's point about transparency.
Sure.
By leveling the playing field and by having boutique brokerages next to the big guys on Brevitas, and there's no way of knowing who this deal's from, you're really leveling the playing field, and that's what technology is a big help for. Right. But more specifically, we had a development deal in the Bay Area, and the owner of the deal was talking to their broker, like I said, who had a deep-seated relationship with them over the years, and they said, look, for whatever reason, I don't want this touching the open market. I can't have people know that this property's for sale. And when the broker went to the owner and explained how we work at Brevitas and how their information was going to be protected and how the broker himself would be able to review each incoming inquiry, the owner said, look, this is perfect. I want this system implemented for my property because now I can sleep at night knowing that my information is not being out there on the open market.
Right. So, I mean, with Brevitas, I mean, it sounds like, I think I might have mentioned this to you guys, it's Brevitas first, right?
Brevitas first,
That's
yeah.
what you're looking at, talking to the brokers and everybody out there, like, let's go here first before, you know, you now are going to go out and put it public.
If we adopt that tagline, I'll throw you some residual.
I want a nickel for each time you guys do that. Vit, let's talk about, you know, because let's actually, I want to point out, Vit has actually been on a plane from Dubai, where you're doing a lot of work over there. He's here. Thank you so much for coming from Miami. You're going out to San Francisco. You're really busy, which means you're solving a lot of people's problems.
Cities, you know, Dubai, Miami.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about a case study. You know, if you want to touch on something that, you know, I can imagine, you know, in one of the places that you're working, how you're helping someone and how, you know, people out here could apply 3D technology with what you guys are doing to something they're doing.
I want to talk about like our latest development. So we create a platform for drones, and for example, when people now ordering creation of virtual tours, they spend like from $400 to $1,000. With our technology, you can do this 5 times cheaper and 5 times quicker. So it's we trying to make mass creation of this kind of experience mass market. So most of our brokers can do this, because now it's like luxury. When you're creating a 360 experience, it's something like what you're selling as a luxury.
Right.
So this is like in general what we're doing. Yeah. We have clients in United States like Prologis coolers, like they're using our solution to differentiate. We have clients in Saudi, and this is the future. So they understand what it's still not a perfect experience because of hardware, but they want to be engaged in this kind of new technology for sales.
Right. That's great. And I can't wait to see when I think that every building that's going to be ground up will have the 3D, you know, done, the pre-lease, pre-sell before the ground is even broken.
Just some interesting facts. For example, in Dubai, when you are going to government to approve a project, you have to provide 3D model.
Interesting. So that's already kind of standardized.
3D model, again, 3D model is on a government level.
Interesting.
Yep.
So let's move over to apps. You know, the app generally, you know, the app market has exploded. I think it's obviously like a lot of these things, it's been a little slower to adopt in commercial real estate. Let's talk about some of the apps you've built. What, you know, some of the applications that people are using for these apps within real estate.
Well, we built an app for this conference so everybody can download it.
Oh, there you go.
We built, we also, you know, recently we just finished a project for a realtor and finished their app. So the first thing they did, they got all their real estate agents to download the app, and now when they take a customer out to look at homes, they get the customer to download the app. So now they're connecting with their customer. When the customer goes out, they're able to take a picture of the houses. It saves it in the app. And when they want to do all their searching through the IDX, instead of just going to Realtor.com or Zillow or Trilla or any of these other websites, they're able to just go on the app and link into that realtor's IDX, that real estate office's IDX, and search the whole MLS. So they're keeping that connection open. And then the realtor is able to send out push notifications. Hey, we just listed this house. We just sold this house, so that their customers can see how active they are in the market. And you know, in the short time, they've already got a few hundred downloads, and the app's only been out like 2 weeks. So wow. It's very easy for them to use and send messages and keep that connection and build loyalty with their customer.
That's great. And Jeff, you mentioned a little earlier mobility as being one of the keys to driving all of these tech tools in commercial real estate. Let's stay on the apps. Do you see it, you know, and you're also the former, you know, owner of NAI Global, which is the largest private real estate brokerage firm in the world, correct?
The largest network of brokerage.
Network, right.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you this, and you're not there, but do you see, you know, in the industry, is every broker going to have their own app, right? Is that the way we're going from the mobility side? So yes, you see people on their smartphones, but, you know, do all these professionals, will they have their own app that they can manage these relationships with?
I don't know if everyone's going to have their own app. I think that every company, certainly, and any serious professional will have their own website. And so they're going to have their own web-based technology that will be delivered through a smartphone. Whether it has to be an app or not is a question. It probably, we were talking about this earlier on the panel, there's a convergence now of mobility and web-based tools. There's so much more power now on the web, and yet that potential is there on the handset, that the interface may or may not be an app, but I think that the ability to interact, communicate, and deliver services through the handset has to come. And I think that the expectation of the market in all sectors, not just real estate, but across the business world and the consumer world, is that it's all going to be where I live, 24/7 with the phone next to me. Right. And that you want to be able to deliver content in real time, and that's the way you get it to the consumer fastest.
Right. So, I'm gonna ask one more question. I want you guys to all, we can go back, go down the line. What is next for your company, right? Your service, your platform, your company. Where do you see yourself going? What's next?
Yeah, so at Raisal.com, we really see ourselves as being the market leader in connecting borrowers and lenders on a for commercial mortgage loans. And I think part of the economic environment that we're seeing with rising real estate prices, it's causing speed to be a very critical factor. Speed is everything right now. You got to be fast, and we've measured the time it takes for somebody to go from bank to bank, to lender, looking for the guy that's going to fund their deal. It takes about 3 weeks. We do it in about 3 seconds. So it's speed is critical once you solve that speed issue, then the deals are getting done. So we see ourselves as a leader in that in the industry. We want to take our platform nationwide to solve, because the issues that we're seeing here in South Florida are no different than you're seeing in New York or California or some of the other markets across the country, and real estate prices are predicted to rise across the board. And so we see as the industry, as it's growing, we're growing. We think we're solving a key critical factor among real estate deals, and solving a lot of the issues for both the lenders, the borrowers, the real estate agents. We're all sort of on the same team, and I think it makes a lot of sense from our side.
Great. What's next for Brevitas?
I think at Brevitas, we're going to be the market leader in private deals. We want to create a platform to where anything that you're looking to sell off market or privately for whatever reason, you instantly think Brevitas first. And if we can accomplish this and have a proprietary pipeline of international buyers where any broker from around the world, whether it be a global or a small boutique brokerage, can come post their listing with us, they can still market it to their current clients, but now they have this expanded network of buyers and a deal flow management system that's going to speed up their process. Their outbound calls are going to be gone, and they're going to be getting inbound leads that are qualified about certain properties, manage their deal flow process and their documents in one place, and really hopefully button up this process and make it a really mobile-friendly environment.
That's great. Fit.
Brokers now during sales using iPhone, iPad, and laptop. I think in the future, like in 2 years, in 3 years, they will use virtual reality glasses, and we want to be part of this. We already have this platform. We're doing pilots with #1 brokers in the world. So we want to be a part of this, and we want to what all brokers should use our platform for new, much more immersive experience and demonstration of properties.
I want to ask you, have you got into holograms or hologram technology? Do you see that as brokers, one of these guys or someone giving a presentation, or a broker, in New York, but they're giving it in Dubai via hologram?
Yeah, I hear about this, but I still think user experience should be more simple, and it should be mobile. So it should be, like hologram. And holograms have some limitations. So it should be very simple, like iPhone. This is the key.
Right. No, good example. Right, because we all have them too. That's good point.
NPS apps, we've experienced a huge amount of growth since starting the company 3 years ago as a sub-company to my main company, and we've made over 100 apps, and we've grown from 2 employees to 7 employees, and we're working on at least 10 to 12 app projects a month in all sorts of businesses, whether it's real estate, restaurant, nightclubs. It's just a growing way for businesses to build their brand and to do their mobile marketing.
Great.
Yeah, I think the focus is on what's next and what we're doing.
Next?
We have in our brief history, we're just a year and a half old. We actually have acquired 5 different companies, and we've put them together under the RealNex banner. So what's next for us, and it's really upon us right now, we've already started the first phase of the release, and we'll have it all out by the end of the year. It's product integration across the platform.
Right.
So from the CRM, you'll be able to instantly push, when you get a call from your owner that you're canvassing, and they say they're ready to sell a property, instantly be able to create a proposal, instantly be able to do the financial analysis, instantly be able to then, once you win that project, to be able to publish out all of the collateral material to market at your website, and flyers, proposal, full offering memorandum, and then to do publish that out to our public listing system and our e-marketing campaign. So really full, streamlined, seamless, one-touch integration of property marketing, property business development, property marketing, and transaction management. So
that's fantastic.
That's what's coming.
Yeah, I think I mean, that's what the industry needs, right? I mean, that's what these brokers, that's what all these people need to streamline and become more efficient. So, well, gentlemen, I appreciate everything. You guys are all fantastic for being here, and good luck with everything. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Stephen.
All right, thanks.